Well, just in time for the midterms, or just in time for Republicans to take over the House and possibly begin their investigations, America's favorite doctor is retiring. But don't worry, Dr. Fauci won't leave us entirely. In a statement announcing he is leaving the NIH, he writes, "I want to use what I have learned as the NIH director to continue to advance science and public health and to inspire and mentor the next generation of scientific leaders as they help prepare the world to face future infectious disease threats." Yes, there is a lot to be learned about our response to COVID. Dr. Fauci, perhaps you could tackle where COVID actually came from. Yeah, there's pictures of the lab in Wuhan. Who is to blame rather than continuing to protect the Chinese? He could investigate masks and whether they actually do anything. You might remember he wrote in February 2020 in email that, well, masks don't do anything to protect us from COVID. Maybe he could study the disastrous effects of school closings and remote learning. Those scars and wounds will continue to be paid by the youngest generation for a long time. Maybe he could cooperate with the Blue Ribbon Commission that, of course, is going to come soon to help the CDC reorganize. You might remember Dr. Walensky of the CDC admitted massive COVID failures last week and promised to do better. More later in the week on that Blue Ribbon Commission. But back to Fauci for just a second. Perhaps he could just relax in retirement at 81. It's been a long run. Go to Italy, play with your grandkids, let America rejoice in his self-professed greatness.
So if they get up and criticize science, nobody's going to know what they're talking about. But if they get up and really aim their bullets at Tony Fauci, well, people could recognize there's a person there. So it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent science. There are some, who really are swept up in conspiracy theories and distortions of reality and anti-science untruths that create a hostility towards me and the scientific community. If you are trying to, get at me as a public health official and a scientist, you're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science.
You are either with Fauci or you are anti-science. Well, if that is the dichotomy he sets up, a vast majority of Americans are against science because NewsNation polling found 2/3 of Americans, 2/3, do not trust him, which is sad considering he is truly extraordinary in so many ways. And we say this seriously. His work on the AIDS epidemic perhaps saved millions of lives. It was extraordinary. President Biden said in a statement, "I know the American people and the entire world will continue to benefit from Dr. Fauci's expertise in whatever he does next. Whether you met him personally or not, he has touched all Americans' lives with his work." In that case, truer words have never been said. He has touched all American lives with his work. We want to know from you, has Dr. Fauci's work, TV hits, and policies touched you positively or negatively? That's our social media question at Leland Vittert on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.